Hey guys, Ghost2 Dave here with another Destiny 2 per number video showing off our first of the raid weapons, and that is of course going to be the Ghalran's right hand. For those of you who are new to the channel, I love auto rifles. I review just about every single one of them, and Ghalran's right hand is no different. For those of you who don't know, Ghalran's right hand is a high impact frame 360 RPM auto rifle, and the roll I got ended up having just about max range. It's barely missing by a point or two, but I also haven't finished the masterwork on it. So the roll I ended up getting was extended barrel, ricochet rounds, and for those of you who don't know, when it comes to magazine perks, ricochet rounds is just about always the best on every single weapon, because ricochet rounds give you an increase to range, stability, and when you ricochet a shot around the corner to get a kill, it feels incredible. Tap the trigger on this weapon is awesome because it has an awful stability, and it allows that every single time you pull the trigger, you have an increase to that stability, which is awesome. And Demolitionist is a perk that kills with this weapon, replenish your grenade, but also throwing your grenade fully reloads the weapon, and being a 360 RPM auto rifle, its reload speed is absolutely abysmal, so never having to worry about reloading because you're throwing your grenade and getting your grenade back just because you keep killing people is an amazing feeling. It is a perk that a lot of people like to sleep on, but I feel like on a 360 RPM it is a perk that is very much so at home. I am incredibly happy to have this perk, and this is just about the exact roll I was looking for. Only thing I might have changed is the barrel, because like I said, I can already hit max range incredibly easily. So when it comes to rolls in this weapon, this is the roll that I was the happiest with, that I personally got. I would also say it's one of the rolls that I was looking for, so I was incredibly excited to get it. But it has incredible perks and traits in both slots. Honestly, the only perk on that this gun can roll that I wouldn't want is Ambitious Assassin, which is kills before reloading, increases the magazine after the reload, and that rolls in the second slot, and I really just can't see that perk too worth it. However, every other perk this gun rolls in its own right is worth it, honestly. I think there are rolls that are definitely bad, like if you get two perks that pretty much do the same thing in the 1 and 2 slots, you wouldn't really want that. But my point being is there are a lot of perk combinations that this gun can roll that are unique, that are interesting enough, and also that I think you could actually use with this weapon. One of the rolls that I actually got, and I was actually a huge fan of, is both of the new perks, Underdog and Eye of the Storm. For those of you who don't know, they both activate when you're low on HP. Underdog gives you an absolute max to reload speed, and Eye of the Storm gives you majorly increased handling and accuracy, which ties to bullet magnetism. I've actually seen a lot of people mentioning the fact that on the new hand cannon, Eye of the Storm is actually incredibly busted when it procs and gives you headshots that are not even close to even hitting the target. So I'm sure it is an absolute monster on this weapon as well. I really enjoyed the handling and reload speed increases, since those are both perks that are really low on this gun, so I was very happy with that roll. However, I got this one immediately after in the same run, so I ended up not using that for the video, but I do think I definitely could have made a video out of it and been incredibly happy with it as it was, because it just made the gun feel really consistent. This is the type of gun that is really good for duels. You can win a lot of duels with it, but that being said, when you duel someone, you're just about always getting knocked below your shield, which means that those two perks would just about always be activated. But besides those rolls I just talked about, the perks that I would be on the lookout for are most likely high impact reserves and multi-kill clip. For those of you who don't know, on the bottom half of your magazine, high impact reserves is going to increase your damage, probably just by a point or two, but that is enough, seeing as this weapon hits hard enough that it will definitely clean up kills based on resiliences and teammates shooting them, so it's just going to give you a little bit more damage, and nobody here complains about more damage. And for those of you who don't know about kill clip and 360s, kill clip stops 360s from doing the normal 6-tap and allowing them to 5-tap, along with being allowed to get more body shots and not just purely headshots for your optimal time to kills, makes the weapons feel incredibly strong, and multi-kill clip does the same thing. After getting a single kill, I believe you'll still be able to pull off 5-taps. I haven't gotten it, so I'm not entirely positive, but based on the fact that it's more than Rampage, I believe you'll still be able to pull off your 5-taps, even if it's all criticals with multi-kill clip, and that's with only one proc. This is a gun that multiple times I noticed I would kill one person and then kill another person before I reloaded. Having multi-kill clip times 2 probably makes this thing really lethal. In fact, you might even be able to 4-tap with it times 2, and if not, you'll definitely be able to 4-tap times 3. However, times 3 is kind of asking for a lot. I don't see that happening very consistently, but the point is, it could happen, and if not, times 2 is going to give you so much damage per bullet that you're just going to body shot someone 5 times and probably kill them. Maybe you'll need a crit, not positive, don't have the exact numbers, but either way, I'm simply saying that these are perks that you should be on the lookout for when you're doing the raid before you dismantle this, because it's an auto rifle. I, for one, am a huge advocate of the Demolitionist perk. I feel like it's a perk that is commonly slept on or ignored by the community. I think Demolitionist is incredibly strong. As somebody whose playstyle is very commonly oriented around grenade, whatever grenade I'm using on whatever character, I always make sure to get the most advantage out of a grenade, even if it's simply zoning. And normally when you use a grenade just for zoning or you just miss your grenade, it's like, oh man, I gotta wait for it to come back slowly now, unless you have something that helps you get it back faster. Demolitionist comes into play here because every single kill gives you grenade energy. It's normally anywhere from 10 to 20% most of the time, somewhere around there, so getting 5 or 6 kills will guaranteed give you your grenade back, and that is an awesome feeling. That is counting in some natural regeneration without any ordnance mods or whatnot, but the point is you'll be getting your grenade way more than you normally do, and that's awesome, especially if you like to use your grenades. I can see this being incredibly potent using the Arc Web Stormcaller grenades in Top Tree. I can see it being incredibly potent, because if you don't get your grenade back automatically, you probably just get 1 or 2 kills with your auto rifle, and then you can Arc Web again and get another triple kill. Along with throwing a grenade fully reloads the weapon, making up for the slow reload speed, is just nice. I happen to be on my Hunter just because I was farming powerfuls on my Hunter, because I'm interested in getting some of the exotics that I'm missing, so I just happened to be playing on my Hunter, and I thought it was a good enough game to show off, because I thought it showed the weapon well, and I do love this weapon. I know I'm biased because I say this about every single auto rifle, but I feel like there are definitely some auto rifles that are better than others. I'm excited when better auto rifles come out, and I can definitely say that this is one of the better ones. Comparing this to other 360s such as Halfdan and Age Old Bond, which I reviewed both of on the channel, I think that immediately this is better than both of them. I did not notice anywhere near as much sway. It simply just felt more stable, even though the stability stat is not that much higher, and tap the trigger I don't think was making that big of a difference based on how much better this felt. This just felt absolutely incredible, and I really enjoyed using it. Its range felt consistent, it has a really nice sight, and overall I'm very happy with this weapon. I just felt like I was absolutely mapping people and competing with guns like Ace of Spades without Memento Mori, pulse rifles even in some situations. I just felt like based on the range, the stability, and just the sight on this gun, I was able to do a lot more with this than I was able to do with either of those other guns. That being said, at the time I thought both of those guns were really good, but I do think Ghalran's right hand really slaps them out of the competition, if we're being completely honest. So that's how Ghalran's right hand compares to the other 360s in the game. But how does it compare to the other auto rifles? Because, yeah, it's the best of its class, but how does it compare to the other archetypes? And honestly, it compares very well to the other archetypes. I felt that off the table of simple optimal TTKs, this felt a lot stronger than other 450s and even 600s in the game. I think in order, normally I would put 600s as the best auto rifles in the current sandbox, 450s is the second best, but now I would say that this is somewhere right around there. I wouldn't put it directly above or below them, but I would say Ghalran's right hand felt incredibly consistent. I noticed being able to outbox a lot more meta hand cannons, and honestly I'm curious as to if I could do this in competitive. This gun felt absolutely incredible. And honestly, if they can keep taking archetypes that are not commonly used by this community and just making them feel as good as they made Ghalran's right hand feel, I will be incredibly happy with the sandbox moving forward, because Ghalran's right hand feels so much better than every other weapon in this archetype. It just feels so good. I love this thing. I'm going to be using it a lot more, because after using this for like a game or two just to get a powerful, I was really digging this weapon. As for synergies, I normally pair shotguns with my auto rifles, but for the first time not for the first time. I've definitely used snipers with auto rifles before, but really, I was really digging the sniper combo with this auto rifle, which is weird because when an auto rifle has this much range, you would think that you want to cover the close range, but because 360 RPMs do so much damage per bullet to the body or to the head, I really didn't feel like I was in a situation where I was weak to shotgun rushers. There are definitely times where they always gain the distance no matter what weapon you're using if you're not running a shotgun back, but it constantly was noticing that I could beat shotgun rushers coming at me, and honestly, I just felt like pairing it with a sniper, and it worked perfectly fine. I enjoyed it because I could land a body shot, then quickly clean it up with the auto rifle, giving me grenade energy back. It was just a really good synergy that I enjoyed. I don't think snipers are bad on really any loadout, but simply because of the high body shot and headshot damage per bullet of the 360 RPM, I felt that I had my close to middle distance covered, along with being able to still box at long range with this thing, so just pairing it with a sniper was a nice little bit of fun combo that still showed off the weapon as opposed to just simply just sniping the entire match. So I am incredibly happy with Ghalran's right hand. I had an absolutely swell couple of games with it, and this is the one I decided to show you guys since I did get the we ran out of medals. I hope you guys do Crown of Sorrows and get this weapon dropped for you because it is an absolute monster. Tell me what rolls you have. Tell me how you're digging it if you have one. If not, go out and get yourself one. If you made it this far in the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, do whatever you want. Follow me on any of my other social media, and most importantly, I hope you have a good day.